All right, so I don't want to say things over and over and over again, so I'm going to kind of talk to you guys about something that I would have hoped by third semester, right, that you guys would already start to kind of get a perception of hierarchy, of like where to place things. How many of you guys have ever gone into a big bank, like a bank that might be in a multi-story tower? Some of you have. Not the rest of you have not? No? What level is the bank usually on? What, for those of you that have never been, take a guess. What level do you think the bank is actually on? The actual bank part where you can go in and deposit money and stuff. First floor. Why? Because the first floor is what?
Convenience.
What's up above? What's on the stories up above?
All the offices.
Are the offices available for anybody that wants to walk up there and just wander around?
No.
No. Do you have a hierarchy of uses in your program?
Yes.
You do. So talk to me about the hierarchy. What do you guys have? Do you have uses that span a range of sort of privacy requirements?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. So talk to me about some of the spaces that you guys have that are really private.
Offices.
The offices, maybe the lounge, but not necessarily. Right? Well, what about what uses might be open to the public?
Library.
Yeah. So why place your offices on the ground floor? See, this is part of what I mean. Here we are. This is unfortunate, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to say these things to put you down in any way, but here we are, the day before your final presentation, with only 2 hours of class left, and I've only seen 3 people that have had any drawings to show me. Okay, that are the drawings that they're supposed to have done, and so far, I don't think anybody's like given a lot of thought to the fact that, hey, we've got a building that has public areas, private areas, and really private areas. For sure, the public should never go wandering around the research laboratories. Okay? There might be something dangerous over there. They might be disruptive. They're not going to walk a troop of elementary school kids over to see the researchers. So, as you guys are working on this, that's something that logically, without a whole lot of thought, right, should come to mind. Is that, you know, maybe some stuff should be on the first floor and some stuff might want to be on the second floor. Just a thought. The other thing that I think is important for you guys to kind of understand is that you're going to have a laboratory structure that goes out over the river, and I've talked about this. Okay? And you're going to have to create a link between the center of this space and that laboratory building. So you might be thinking about that as you start to lay your program out. Another thing that I've already made comment on is, and I said this in class, but apparently a lot of people didn't understand it. The shape of the road, okay, the off-ramps, on-ramps, are of their own geometry and design. The shape of those roads is dictated by what a car can do at 50 miles an hour or at 20 miles an hour or at 30 miles an hour. The geometry of your on-ramp, off-ramp, and the roads when you're dealing with a car decelerating or accelerating, do not follow and do not have to follow the geometry that you're using to develop the site. It's like two systems that are coming together. At one point, one system will eventually merge into the other, but they're still two systems. Your arteries and your heart are two different things, correct? Your vascular system and your heart. So, but eventually they come together, right? So, one other thing that is important to note is that I need to see a detailed sort of drawing that shows me how wide the roads are and where the roads are one way versus where the roads are two way. And so I'll point that up at the screen up there so that it can see that. Make sure that it's visible. So I drew this with north down, unfortunately, because I was thinking we were standing somewhere over here and looking out at the ocean, right? So north is down. PCH is here, the beach is up there. So this is a 3 or 4 lane road one way and 3 or 4 lanes the other way divided. Your off-ramp is going to be one way and it's going to be one lane. Until it unites to where you have a 2-lane road, it has a smaller width. It is okay to have something that goes over and something that goes under. So this road, where it comes near this, can dip down and come back up. And this one can go over top of it up high and then drop down. Is that clear? Okay, that's it. I'm going to say it again. I don't understand why it is that nobody, let me ask the question. How long would it have taken with the geometry that you already had? Because you already had it drawn. It was already on your site. Yes? And you had a separate program analysis, correct? How long would it have taken you to grab the pieces and start to move them over onto your geometry? Would that have taken 2 days or 3, 4 days? Would it have taken 5 or 6 hours, or would it have taken about 30 minutes? Which is it?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes, maybe 45. You stop and get smoke or get some coffee or something. But yet, nobody's done that. Well, except for, so far I've got 3 people out of 28 people that are in the class that actually printed drawings for me to look at. So I don't know how. The other day when we were in class, I tried to get you guys moving. I tried to get you off dead center. All of you, with the exception of 3 people, are going to go into presentations on Tuesday with 0 critique. 0. Nothing. You guys are, that's it. You guys are on your own after today. And I told you that this was going to be the case on Tuesday when you guys came in with almost nothing. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you guys are taking too many classes. I'm not sure. Rule of thumb, for every college class that you take, you should be putting in anywhere from, let's call it 1-to-1 hours in homework for every hour that you spend in class at a minimum, and it could be a maximum of 3. Now in architecture, it could go way higher than that. So you have to think about that when you're scheduling your work and how many classes you're taking, because otherwise you're just going to fail. You're not going to be able to do the work. And so, like I said, to do what I asked you to do would have taken 30 minutes, and that would have been the starting point for starting to develop your plan. Let's really stretch it out. Let's say it's an hour, right? So at a dumb Mount SAC class with the type of faculty that reads the PowerPoints to you and then gives you a multiple choice quiz off the PowerPoints should be a one-to-one relationship. So if that's a 3-hour class, you should do 3 hours of homework. This isn't that kind of class. Okay? So where's the rest of the time? You guys really need to reflect on your schedule and how you're spending your time. All right? You need to basically ask yourself, should I be taking 4 classes and working this many hours? Especially in light of the fact that, you know, architecture requires a lot of time, especially design studios. There's no way around those. So, that's all. Thank you very much.